Adolf Hitler was the instigator of one of the most devastating conflicts the world has ever seen. On top of that, he was the driving force behind an ethnic cleansing program that saw the mass genocide of around 11 million people. A lot of people were understandably happy when he died. Hello and welcome back to Life's Biggest Questions. Are you guys subscribers to our channel yet? If you aren't, then hit that big red button. I'm Rebecca Felgate, and today I'm asking, what if Hitler were alive today? The story goes that when Adolf Hitler, leader of the notorious Third Reich, knew that he was not going to win the war, he killed himself. Knowing the Soviet army were nearby and coming for him, he retired to his Führer bunker in Berlin and shot himself with a Walther PPK 7.65 pistol. His wife, Ava, is said to have taken cyanide. It is then said, on his instruction, their remains were taken upstairs to his garden and burned. Because of this, when the Soviet army arrived, there were some questions as to whether the charred remains were Hitler's or not. In 2009, some of the remains were tested, and it appeared that actually they belonged to a woman of 40 years old or younger, and not the Führer. This led to many conspiracists believing that he was still alive and living with a false identity. Even if this far-fetched story was true, there is almost no way that Hitler would be alive today in 2017. Born in April 1889, if Hitler were alive today, he would be 128 years old, making him the oldest man alive. Even for children born in the Second World War, they're now in their 70s. Nonetheless, if he were miraculously found alive, it is likely he wouldn't stay that way for long. Despite his age and state of health, it is probably likely that the biggest villain in modern history would be tried for his many crimes, like other discovered Second World War criminals. Hitler's close associates Hermann Göring, Joachim von Ribbentrop, Wilhelm Keitel, Hans Frank, and Alfred Jodl were all sentenced to death and executed. However, things have changed in the world since 1946, and in most places, capital punishment has been abolished. Perhaps with the miraculous discovery of Hitler, the world would call for a reintroduction, but to be honest, if a courthouse didn't pass the sentence, I am sure that an inmate would. If Hitler were to be found alive, there would be a lot of questions as to how he escaped his fate. There would also be a lot of questions posed to the Führer about why he did everything he did. He would be made to answer for his atrocities. The best thing to come from Hitler being found alive would be a final sense of justice and vindication for the victims of his cruelty. His suicide was a cheap and easy way out of having to deal with the repercussions of his actions. If Hitler were alive today, I wonder how he would feel about Germany now, and how he would feel about modern politics. I wonder how he would feel about the refugee crisis, about multicultural communities, and about certain world leaders. One can only speculate, but I would assume he would have some strong opinions and choice words. Another interpretation to this question is, what if someone like him were alive right now? Would they be able to abuse the political system to rise to the top? Would they be able to manipulate democracy in their favor so that those who spoke out against them were fired? Or, worse. Could someone like Hitler exist who is a powerful and talented speaker able to drum up an exciting rally? Could someone exist that finds a way to control the media, selecting only preferential outlets? Could someone like him exploit economic and social fears to turn one group against another? Outsiders, say, like immigrants, for their own political gain. Friends, look around. Hitler was not a godlike villain. He was an average man with above average manipulation skills. He knew how to use fear to get what he wants: power. People like him have always existed and do still exist today. I would like to say hopefully we have learned something from the past, the time wherein Hitler actually lived and carried out his atrocities. I would hope that we are able to spot the warning signs before another individual was able to act in the way he did. As they say, those who cannot learn from history are doomed to repeat it. Sadly, evil doesn't always look and sound like evil. We have to be astute. We have to be aware. Only then can we spot the Hitlers that are alive and ready to strike today. Thank you guys for tuning in to this episode of Life's Biggest Questions. If you have anything to add to this conversation, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comments box below. For now, I'm Rebecca Felgate. I'll catch you in the next video, but until then, stay curious, stay alert, open those eyes, and never ever stop questioning. If you want to keep on watching, great! Here are 2 more Hitler videos that I think that you will enjoy, and you can hit that big question mark to become an inquisitor.